Life is a dance of connection where we give love and seek appreciation in return. Yet there are times when that appreciation fades, leaving us feeling devalued or overlooked. In these moments, our initial reaction may be to blame or try to change the other person. However, real transformation begins with deep, honest self-reflection. Pause and ask yourself, have I allowed disrespectful behavior? Have I overextended myself to prove my worth to someone who won't see it? These questions aren't accusations, but tools to reclaim your power. Being undervalued often stems from patterns we unknowingly create, accommodating too much, tolerating neglect. These small compromises send silent messages about your self-expectations. People respond to the standards we set. If those are low, you inadvertently teach them your needs aren't a priority. Self-reflection isn't about regret, but awareness. Once you recognize these patterns, you can break free. This is where your power lies. Shifting focus inward creates space to redefine your worth. It's a reset, not for the relationship, but for your sense of self. Evaluate the energy you bring. Are you giving from love or fear? Do you speak up or shrink in silence? As honesty is vital. Without it, you remain in a cycle of undervaluation. You might realize this reflects deeper patterns from past relationships where you accepted less, believing you deserved it. But now, challenge those beliefs. Declare, I am worthy of respect, effort, and freely given love because I am enough. Self-reflection is transformative, breaking free from limiting narratives. By understanding your role, you reclaim power, becoming the architect of your self-worth. When you value yourself, the energy shifts, imbalanced relationships fall away, and those that honor you remain. Your goal isn't to convince, but to embody your values so completely, it's undeniable. Next, establish boundaries, not as punishment, but as a declaration of worth. When someone doesn't value, it's easy to overcompensate, giving too much time and energy. But this backfires, stemming from needing validation, not straight. The boundaries shift the dynamic, saying, I respect myself enough to protect my peace, time, and energy. This isn't stop and care, but caring for yourself too. Identify areas where you overextend, saying yes when exhausted, tolerating dismissiveness. These are boundary needing moments. They are guidelines showing how you expect to be treated. Setting boundaries may feel uncomfortable at first, but discomfort is a sign of growth. It means stepping out of old patterns. Those who genuinely care will respect your boundaries. While they may initially struggle, they'll see that your boundaries are an affirmation, not a rejection. A boundary can be as simple as saying, I'm not available now, or that behavior is unacceptable. Communicate clearly, calmly, without guilt. Boundaries are about taking control of yourself, recognizing your time and energy are valuable. Once boundaries are established, you'll see who truly values you. Some adjust, others push back or leave. This is clarifying. Their departure isn't a loss, but a clearing for healthier relationships. Boundaries are about yourself too. Setting them tells yourself, I am worthy of respect and care. As you honor them, you'll feel stronger, more confident, and aligned with your true self. This shift begins when you put yourself first. The next key is emotional detachment, not disconnected from people, but regaining clarity. When someone doesn't value you, it's easy to get caught up in the emotional storm of rejection or hurt. You may replay conversations and analyze actions. However, their inability to value you speaks volumes about them, not you. Emotional detachment allows you to see this truth clearly. Detachment isn't stopping care, but stopping overinvestment where energy isn't reciprocated. It's like stepping back from a painting, gaining perspective. Give yourself space to see dynamics for what they are without emotion distorting your view. Recognize where you give too much power, seeking their approval, letting their behavior dictate your mood. These signals show you're too enmeshed. Detachment means reclaiming that power, asking, what do I need? What brings peace? Mindfulness is a tool. When spiraling, pause, breathe, and ground yourself. You can't control their actions, only your response. Choose self-respect over reacting from hurt. Detachment allows engagement without losing yourself. Release expectations. People show up as they are, not as you wish. Stop trying to change others. Focus on what you control, your choices. Emotional detachment frees you from validation. You no longer wait for someone to see your worth because you already know it. This confidence creates quiet strength. Detachment makes you resilient, not cold. It allows navigating relationships with grace, knowing your value isn't determined by their treatment. As you detach, you'll feel lighter, more in control, and connected to purpose. Detachment isn't leaving relationships, but returning to yourself, finding peace within, no matter the chaos. Operate from inner calm to attract relationships worthy of your energy. Now, set boundaries for yourself. When someone doesn't value you, it's often because you're always available. Boundaries change this, protecting your well-being and setting standards. There's self-respect without confrontation, reflecting self-love. If you give limitlessly, people take without regard. Setting boundaries sends a strong message. I'm worth respect. I will settle for less. It may feel uncomfortable at first, but discomfort is a sign of growth. Start small. If someone dismisses your time, say what you won't tolerate. Instead of saying yes out of obligation, try saying I can't right now, or this doesn't work for me. These phrases are firm and protect your peace. Consistency is vital. People test them, especially when they are used to crossing them. Hold the line confidently. Teach them access to your time, energy, and heart is a privilege, not a right. Boundaries are about self-management, not just others. They force you to ask, what am I allowing? We resent others, but haven't defined what we accept. Boundaries put responsibility for happiness back in your hands. When you set them, those who don't value you fade away. Their departure makes way for those who respect you. More importantly, boundaries return your sense of self. You're defined by how you treat yourself, not how others treat you. When you enforce boundaries with kindness and confidence, the right people will meet them, valuing your presence even more. Boundaries attract the right people, keeping the wrong ones away. After creating distance and boundaries, focus entirely inward, investing in yourself. When someone doesn't value you, the reaction is often dwelling on their behavior. But the truth is their lack of value says more about them. The best response is to redirect energy into your growth. Prioritize yourself, not out of guilt, but because you deserve it. Focus on being the best you authentically and with purpose. Reconnect with passions, revisit dreams, take that class, pursue that goal, explore something new. Investing in yourself sends a message to your spirit. I am worth the effort. Prioritizing yourself changes your energy. People are drawn to confidence and self-assuredness. When you invest in yourself, you radiate that energy, no longer seeking validation externally. You become magnetic, not by making someone value you, but by becoming someone who deeply values themselves. Shift your mindset. Stop measuring worth by how others treat you, but by how you treat yourself. Do you speak kindly to yourself? Celebrate wins? Show yourself grace? Self-investment is nurturing your relationship with yourself. As you grow, those who didn't value you will see the transformation, the confidence, joy, and light in your eyes. They may return, realizing what they took for granted, but you have a powerful choice. Investing in yourself changes how you see them. You may realize you deserve more. So make yourself your greatest project, focusing on passions, growth, and peace. Now let your actions speak. When someone doesn't value us, we want to explain, convince, or prove our worth. But real value doesn't need explaining, it is shown. You don't announce your transformation, silence is powerful. Don't ignore or pretend they don't exist, but shift focus to your actions and growth. Stop explaining and take back your power. Channel your energy and do something extraordinary. Pursue goals, cultivate relationships, live joyfully. Embody confidence and purpose. This stage requires no drama, but impactful changes in how you carry yourself, saying yes to opportunities that align with your vision, protecting your peace, and showing up for yourself. This shift is magnetic because it's authentic. People notice not because you are trying, but because your energy has changed. When you walk confidently, speak purposefully, and live with joy, it's undeniable. The person who didn't value you may question their actions, but you are no longer living for their validation. You are living for yourself. Forgive without reconnecting, let go without bitterness, and grow without looking back. Your silence becomes your strength and your growth becomes your response, reflecting your worth so deeply it is undeniable. Once you reach this point, you realize the beauty of non-attachment. The instinct may be to hold on or hope for their return. But freedom begins when you let go, not just of the person, but of the need for their approval. Letting go isn't stopping care, but stopping tying your self-worth to how they treat you. It's releasing expectations and living without needing someone to see your worth. You're no longer chasing recognition, apologies, or explanations, but embracing peace. This is where true power lies. Non-attachment isn't indifference, but freedom and caring without sacrificing yourself, wishing them well from afar, trusting that the right connections will come when you align with your true self. When you let go, you let in new possibilities in relationships. It's like setting down a heavy backpack, feeling lighter and freer. When you truly let go, people notice. They sense the shift in your energy. The person who didn't value you might realize what they've lost, but you're no longer waiting for acknowledgement. You found something more valuable, your own worth and freedom. This isn't revenge, but finding peace, knowing you don't need anyone to complete you. Trust that what's meant for you will find you and what isn't will fall away. Finally, redefine your standards and boundaries. It's not about shutting people out, but protecting your energy. Boundaries are gates, not walls, letting in the right and keeping the wrong out. This simple act shows others how to treat you and reminds you of your worth. Imagine a life where you don't tolerate disrespect, where you spend your heart only on those who reciprocate. Boundaries aren't about being strict, but about self-love. Saying I won't allow this is saying I value myself too much for this. Those who don't respect your boundaries likely didn't value. Their resistance reflects their unwillingness to change, not a reflection on you. This is where the magic happens, realizing that losing those people is a gift. Setting boundaries may feel uncomfortable, but they create a life where you thrive emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Boundaries attract respect, drawing in those who see and honor your worth and gently removing those who don't. Your energy shifts and people respond differently. Those who care will adapt, respecting a healthy, fulfilling life. Those who don't will fall away, making space for better connections. This strengthens your relationship with yourself, reaffirming that you deserve respect, love, and care. You become magnetic not to everyone, but to the right people. Lastly, focus entirely on your growth. The best response when someone stops valuing you isn't to fight for their attention, but to pour energy into yourself. This isn't revenge, but becoming the best version of yourself, regardless of their opinion. When you focus inward, you see opportunities missed while distracted by validation. Your confidence grows as you build your own value. Whether you pursue a career goal, learn a skill, or commit to better health, take control of your life. This shift benefits you and changes how others see you. People are drawn to confidence and self-assuredness. The more you focus on growth, the more magnetic you become. You are healing, redirecting pain and disappointment into something constructive. You're transforming your life. This process is a journey. And as you keep moving forward, you'll see the freedom of letting go of people who don't value you. Their absence creates space for relationships that align with your worth. Focus on yourself, not for selfishness, but because it is necessary, creating a life where you are not dependent on validation to feel whole. Prioritize growth, thrive, and live a life so full that you no longer question your value. You know it and you live it. Finally, don't wait for validation from others. Create your own affirmation. We often wait for someone to tell us we're enough, but you don't need that external affirmation. The power lies within you. Stop waiting for it and free yourself from limitations. Step into your life fully aware of your worth. This is self-respect and emotional independence. You are not tied to external approval. Create your own affirmation, developing a connection with who you are, embracing your journey. Every victory proves you're enough. This removes uncertainty about waiting for someone else to decide your worth. You are the ultimate authority, holding the keys to success, happiness, and worth. When you start affirming yourself, people notice. They sense the confidence, the quiet strength. You stop chasing validation and attract people who appreciate you for who you are. The more you affirm yourself, the easier life becomes. You will no longer second guess yourself or wonder if you're good enough because you know that you are. It won't matter if others don't see it. Their perspective is no longer your responsibility. Remember, you don't need permission to be who you are or approval to step into your greatness. Your affirmation is yours to create and more powerful than anything someone else can give. The sooner you realize that, the sooner you'll live on your own terms, fully and unapologetically. What you do today, regardless of how you feel, is the foundation of tomorrow's success. So force yourself to make it happen. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. We all have big goals, but sometimes it feels impossible to take action. What if you had everything you needed to push past obstacles and get things done? I'm going to share 10 unstoppable ways to force yourself to achieve your goals. You'll learn practical strategies to push past excuses, stay focused, and make real progress. If you're ready to take charge and turn your dreams into reality, let's dive in. 1, understand no one will do it for you when it's coming to rescue you. No one will build your dreams or pick you up every time you fall. It's on you. It's always been on you. This might sound harsh, but isn't it empowering? Your life is in your hands. Your future isn't determined by luck, but by your actions. Stop waiting for the perfect moment of a person. Waiting is a trap. The longer you wait, the harder it gets to start. Potential without action is worthless. What matters is what you do with what you've got. Ask yourself, what have you been putting off because you're waiting for someone else? The longer you wait, the heavier the weight becomes, and that regret will feel worse than starting today. Success doesn't come easy and isn't supposed to. The hard makes it valuable. When you force yourself to get it done, you build inner strength and prove to yourself you're capable of more. Excuses are comforting, but they don't pay bills or build legacies. What gets the job done is discipline, commitment, and action, all things you control. Stop giving power to excuses and give it to your goals. There will be days when you don't feel like it, but those are the days that matter most, separating winners from the rest. Motivation is unreliable. You need discipline. Discipline keeps you going when motivation is absent, getting you out of bed, keeping you focused, and making the difference between success and mediocrity. Take ownership of your life. Decide you're done waiting, done making excuses, and will force yourself to get it done. Start small if needed, but you must start. Take that first step, push through resistance, and build a habit of showing up every day. Your life is your responsibility. It's up to you to take action. Stop waiting, hoping, and relying on others. Force yourself to get it done because your future depends on it, and the rewards will be worth every ounce of effort. 2, commit to a routine and stick to it. It's not about effort when you feel like it, but showing up consistently every day, and that requires a routine. A routine isn't just a schedule, it's a structure, the framework that keeps you on track. It takes the guesswork out of your day. When you know what to do and when, you eliminate hesitation and the decision has already been made. You just follow through. Think about the most successful people you know. They don't win it. They have routines they stick to without fail. Routines create habits and habits create results. When you commit to a routine, you're building a foundation for consistent progress. Start by identifying what really matters, what will move the needle in your life. Write it down, making it clear. A solid routine starts with clear priorities. Make your routine realistic. Don't set an impossible schedule. The goal isn't to impress others, but to create something that works for you. Focus on consistency over intensity. Stick to it, as most people falter when initial excitement wears off. Don't be that person. Treat your routine like a contract you can't break. It's a commitment to your goals, and breaking it means breaking that commitment. There will be days when sticking to your routine feels hardest, but those are the days that prove you're serious. Eliminate distractions and set yourself up for success by creating an environment that supports your routine. If you're trying to focus, remove what pulls your attention away. If working on health, stock your kitchen with foods that fuel, not sabotage you. Track your progress. See how far you've come using a journal or an app. Seeing that consistency fuels your momentum. So don't beat yourself up if you miss a day. Life happens. What matters is persistence. If you slip, get back on track quickly. A missed day doesn't define you. How you respond does. Your routine is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Proof that you are serious about creating the life you want. So make that commitment. Build your routine. Stick to it no matter what, because the results you achieve will reflect the routines you follow. 3. Acknowledge waiting only wastes time. Waiting is the easiest way to lose time, something you can never get back. Every moment you spend waiting for the perfect opportunity is a moment wasted. Nothing changes while you wait. Waiting doesn't solve problems, build skills, or create results. Action does. When you wait, you're telling yourself a lie that tomorrow will be better. But tomorrow isn't guaranteed. Waiting doesn't bring you closer to your goals. It pushes them further away. It builds procrastination. How much time have you wasted waiting? How many goals have you delayed? That pain is a wake-up call. You can't rewind the clock, but you can choose to move. Waiting often feels safe, avoiding failure, but it's really just delaying progress. The longer you delay, the harder it is to start. The fear grows, excuses multiply, and you stay stuck. Waiting isn't safety, it's stagnation. Think about what you want most in life. Waiting won't get you there. The gap between where you are and where you want to be can only be closed by action. Every day you wait is a day you could have spent improving. People wait because they're scared of failing. But fear doesn't go away while you wait. The only way to overcome it is to face it head on. Stop thinking you need everything figured out before you begin. Most people who achieve great things didn't have all the answers. They figured it out along the way. The process and mistakes teach you. Waiting for perfection is just an excuse to avoid the work. Time is your most valuable resource, but you cannot create more. So why waste it waiting? You don't have to be perfect to start. Just take that first step. One step leads to another. But none of that happens if you stay in the trap of waiting. The perfect moment doesn't exist. You must act despite that. Waiting robs you of potential, keeping you in a cycle of someday, but someday isn't on the calendar. All you have is today. Don't waste it. If there's something you've been putting off, do it now. Even a small action is better than no action at all. Acknowledge that waiting wastes time, freeing yourself from the illusion that you'll somehow feel ready later. Readiness isn't a feeling, it's a decision. Decide today you're done waiting and will take action. Your future self is counting on you to act now. Don't let them down. 4. Use your own pain as a driving force. Pain is powerful. Everyone faces it in many forms. Loss, failure, rejection, disappointment. Pain can either break you or build you, depending on how you respond. If used right, pain fuels you to accomplish things you never thought possible. Think about the pain you've experienced. Acknowledge it. Don't run, bury, or pretend it doesn't exist. Pain is real, and the first step is facing it. Most avoid pain at all costs, numbing it with distractions, but ignoring it doesn't make it disappear. It lingers, controlling decisions and holding you back. Instead of avoiding it, use it. Let it remind you of what you don't want to feel again. Let it push you to take action. Pain sharpens your focus, helping you see what matters, mistakes, and the lessons they hold. It helps you make better choices and set stronger goals. Pain can make you stronger if you let it. Every time you endure it, you build resilience. Every time you rise after a setback, you prove you're capable of more. Growth doesn't happen in comfort, but in the struggle. The most successful people faced pain. They failed and were rejected, but they didn't let it define them. They let it drive them. Use it as motivation to work harder and achieve more. One powerful thing pain gives you is purpose. When you've suffered, you know what it feels like to be at your lowest. Use that understanding to push yourself forward and help others. Pain can connect you with others. Don't let your pain be the end of your story. Let it be the beginning of a new chapter. Pain isn't a sign of weakness, but a sign that you're alive and can overcome it. When you use pain as a driving force, you take control of your life. Your pain doesn't define you, your response does. You might not have chosen the pain, but you can choose what you do with it. Let your pain remind you of your strength and the fire inside you that refuses to give up. Use it as a reason to get out of bed every morning and keep pushing. The pain you feel today is temporary, but the growth it brings is lasting. Wouldn't it feel incredible to look back and know that you turned it into something positive, that you used it as a stepping stone to become your best self? 5. Eliminate excuses completely. Excuses are chains that keep you locked in place, silent killers of dreams and progress. They don't serve you, they only hold you back. Every excuse you make is a decision to settle for less, a choice to stay in your comfort zone rather than take control. When you say, I don't have time, you're really saying, I don't want this bad enough. When you say, I'm not ready, you're admitting you're too scared to try. Excuses are a prison. Be honest. Were your past excuses valid, or were they a way to avoid discomfort? Most of the time they come from fear of failure, judgment, not being good enough. But fear only has power if you let it. The moment you act despite fear, it loses its grip. Eliminate excuses by taking accountability. Own your choices, actions, and results. Stop blaming circumstances, people, or bad luck. Look at your situation and say, this is on me. It doesn't feel good, but it's empowering. When you take responsibility, you take control. Excuses often sound like logic. I'll start tomorrow, or I can't because I don't have the resources. But they're just a way to delay what needs to be done. There will never be a perfect time. The best time to start was yesterday. The second best is now. Replace excuses with solutions. Instead of saying, I don't have time, create time. Instead of saying, I don't know how, commit to learning. Eliminate excuses requires discipline. It's not easy, but necessary. Discipline gets you out of bed, keeps you focused, and pushes you to keep going. The more disciplined you are, the less room there is for excuses. Remind yourself of your why. When your why is strong enough, excuses seem weak. Ask yourself, how badly do I want this? If the answer is badly enough, then no excuse should stand a chance. Excuses are comfortable, but growth is not supposed to be. Progress requires effort, sacrifice, and sometimes pain. The rewards outweigh the relief of giving into an excuse. When you stop making excuses, you open the door to possibility. You start to see your true potential and realize that the only limits are the ones you place on yourself. Imagine looking back and knowing you gave it your all, that you didn't let excuses hold you back, and you didn't settle for less than you were capable of achieving. That feeling is worth every bit of discomfort along the way. Eliminate the excuses. Stop letting them control you and replace them with action, responsibility, and a commitment to your goals. The only thing standing between you and what you want is the excuse you're making right now. 6, push through the resistance with a strong mindset. Resistance is the invisible wall between where you are and where you want to be. It tells you to stop, quit, or give up. Everyone faces resistance, but how you respond separates the successful from the unsuccessful. To overcome resistance, you need a strong mindset that doesn't crumble under pressure, but rises to meet it. Resistance shows up in many forms: self-doubt, procrastination, and fatigue. Whatever form it takes, resistance tests your determination, and the only way to defeat it is to push through. A strong mindset starts with a clear purpose. Ask yourself, why am I doing this? Your reason must be strong enough to fuel you through the tough moments. A weak purpose won't overcome resistance. A strong purpose will. Another key is preparation. Resistance feels heavier when you're unprepared. If you're working on a project, break it into manageable steps. If pursuing a goal, have a plan. When you know what to do, resistance loses power. Your thoughts shape your reality. If you think I can't do this, you're already defeated. If you tell yourself I can handle this, you create a mindset of possibility. Positive self-talk retrains your brain. When resistance hits, remind yourself that you've faced challenges before and come out stronger. Focus is your greatest weapon. The more you focus on what needs to be done, the less room there is for distractions or doubts. Eliminate what pulls your attention away. Building a strong mindset also requires patience. Resistance doesn't disappear overnight. It takes time to develop mental toughness. Be patient with yourself, but don't let patience turn into complacency. Keep moving forward. Embrace discomfort. Resistance thrives on your desire to avoid pain, difficulty, or uncertainty. Growth comes from facing those things head on. The more you push through uncomfortable situations, the more resilient you become. Sometimes resistance feels strongest when you're on the brink of success, the final test to see if you're truly committed. This is when most people quit. Dig in and push harder. Remind yourself that every ounce of effort brings you closer to your goal. Surround yourself with people who inspire strength. Seek out those who challenge you, encourage you, and remind you of your potential. Having a support system can make all the difference. Practice gratitude to strengthen your mindset. Resistance often makes you focus on what's lacking, but when you shift to appreciate what you have and the progress you've made, it's easier to stay motivated. Pushing through resistance is a choice. It's not easy and it's not always enjoyable, but it's necessary if you want to achieve your goals. A strong mindset means you don't let it stop you. Choose to act even when you don't feel like it and refuse to give up even when it's tough. Resistance is temporary. It feels massive in the moment, but it's just a hurdle. The more you push through it, the stronger you become. 7, remove distractions from your environment. If you want to achieve anything significant, you need focus, but focus is nearly impossible if you're surrounded by distractions. Distractions steal time, energy, and attention, pulling you away from your goals. The key to pushing through resistance and getting things done is creating an environment that supports your focus and productivity. Understand that distractions are everywhere: noise, people, digital devices, or even your own thoughts. The world is full of things competing for your attention. Recognize distractions as obstacles between you and success. Start by evaluating your physical environment. Are there things that distract you? A cluttered workspace, a messy room, or an uncomfortable chair? Make your environment conducive to concentration. A clean, organized environment will help you stay focused. Next, look at digital distractions. Your phone, computer, and other devices are full of distractions that can steal your focus. It's time to set boundaries with technology, turn off notifications, close unnecessary tabs, and set designated times to check emails or social media. When you're working, be fully present. The people around you also contribute to distractions. Let people know your focus is important and you need time to work without distractions. Find a quiet space to work, away from those who might pull you into other activities. It's okay to set boundaries. Your time and energy are precious. Sometimes distractions come from within. Your own thoughts can pull you away, worrying about the future, stressing about what's not going right, or getting lost in negative thoughts. That's why mental clarity is important. Meditation, mindfulness, or simply taking a moment to breathe can help. Creating a distraction-free environment doesn't happen overnight. It requires discipline and commitment to your goals. But once you start removing distractions, your productivity increases, your focus sharpens, and your progress speeds up. One powerful way is to schedule your time. Time blocking is a technique where you dedicate specific periods to certain tasks. It helps you stay on track. When you know what you need to be doing, it's easier to stay focused. The more structured your schedule, the less room for distractions. You can also use tools to help you stay on task. Apps that block distracting websites or productivity timers can help. Another important aspect is setting clear goals. When you have a clear sense of purpose, distractions lose their power. You know what you're working toward. Rest is also important. Overworking is a distraction in itself. Make sure to take regular breaks and get enough sleep. A well-rested mind is more focused and effective. Creating a distraction-free environment is not a luxury, it's a necessity. If you want to succeed, you have to guard your focus fiercely. When you control your environment, you take control of your results. 8, use the pain of inaction as a motivator. Inaction eats away at your confidence, your future, and your potential, causing regret, frustration, and the feeling you're not living up to your true potential. There's no pain like the pain of knowing you could have done more, but you chose not to. Inaction is a slow burn. It builds up over time and you feel it. The longer you put something off, the harder it becomes to act. You start to feel stuck, trapped in the comfort of doing nothing. That comfort is a lie. It's the comfort of avoidance, which comes at a steep cost. The pain of inaction is the pain of missed opportunity. Each moment you sit on the sidelines is a moment you'll never get back, and that hurts. The pain of inaction is not the absence of effort, but the quiet realization that you could have done more and you didn't. Use that pain as fuel. Let it push you. When you feel that sting of regret starting to creep in, use it to remind yourself of the stakes. It's about avoiding the deeper pain of wondering what could have been if you'd only acted sooner. The longer you delay, the greater the regret. Inaction leads to complacency. You start to accept things as they are, which is dangerous. Complacency convinces you that your current situation is good enough when you're settling for less than you deserve. The pain of staying the same is something you'll feel deeply. It's a reminder that you're capable of more but choose to do nothing about it. Look at the consequences of inaction. What will your life look like a year from now if you keep waiting? In 5 years, 10 years, will you be further ahead or stuck with regret? Instead of looking at the effort required to act, look at the consequences of inaction. That's where the real motivation comes from. Embrace the pain of inaction. Let it fuel you. Let it drive you to take that first step. Even when it feels impossible, the discomfort of acting is nothing compared to the discomfort of regret. You can't get there if you're too afraid to take that first step. So feel the pain of not acting and let it be the fire that pushes you to move forward. When you feel the weight of inaction, remind yourself of the bigger picture. You're building a future worth fighting for, and you must leave the comfort of inaction behind. You must use that discomfort as motivation, not as an excuse to stop. There will always be reasons to wait and put things off. But those excuses are just distractions from the real pain you're avoiding, the pain of realizing its time is slipping away and you're not doing anything about it. The pain of inaction will never go away on its own, but the pain of action will fade and you'll be left with the satisfaction of knowing you took control of your future. Don't let it control your life. Use the pain of inaction as your greatest motivator and let it ignite the fire inside you to keep going, pushing and moving forward. 9, remind yourself of the end result. When you're in the middle of a task, it's easy to lose sight of why you're doing it. The grind becomes overwhelming and the road ahead seems long and unclear. If you want to keep pushing forward, you need to stay connected to the end result. That vision of where you're going is your fuel. Think about what success looks like to you. Visualize it clearly. Picture the life you've always wanted, the achievements you're working for, and the fulfillment you'll feel when it's done. That should be at the forefront of your mind. When the effort feels too heavy, bring that vision back into focus. It's a reminder that every bit of work you put in now is getting you closer to something bigger than today. When you lose sight of your goal, doubt and frustration creep in. You start to question if it's all worth it. But it always is. Every step you take brings you closer to where you want to be. When things get tough, focus on the results, the person you'll become, the doors that will open, and the satisfaction you'll feel. It's not just about the destination, it's about the person you will become in the process, the strength you build, the skills you develop, and the confidence that grows inside you. When you remind yourself of that, the pain of effort starts to feel worth it. You're becoming someone who doesn't back down. Make your end result so clear it drives you. Think about how amazing it will feel to know that you did everything you could to achieve it. The satisfaction of finishing what you started is one of the most fulfilling feelings in life. They'll let that remind you when things get tough. When you know where you're headed, setbacks become just another bump in the road. They motivate you to push harder. The end result is always worth the challenges. Understand that the journey doesn't end when you reach your goal. It's the foundation for your next steps. The person you become after overcoming obstacles will be stronger. So keep that vision of success close. Let it pull you forward when you feel like stopping. Success is the result of constant effort, focus, and consistent work. When you remind yourself what's waiting for you, the effort feels lighter and that vision keeps you moving even when you want to quit. Take time to really picture the freedom, pride, and accomplishment because every bit of hard work is part of that bigger picture. 10. Reward yourself for progress. People often forget the importance of celebrating small wins. They wait until the big goal is achieved before allowing themselves to feel good. But you need to acknowledge every step, recognizing that every bit of progress counts. The path to success is made of small, consistent steps. Every time you complete a task, finish a chapter, or reach a milestone, it's a victory. And those victories add up. Rewarding yourself isn't complacency, but staying motivated and maintaining momentum, reinforcing behavior that leads to success. When you recognize your progress, you celebrate your commitment and remind yourself that the effort you're putting in is paying off. Small rewards keep you going when the journey feels long or difficult. When you hit a small milestone, don't brush it off. Take a moment to appreciate it. Give yourself permission to feel proud. The key is consistency, not after every task, but every significant step forward. The more consistently you recognize your progress, the more motivated you'll feel to keep pushing. Celebrating small wins keeps you grounded and allows you to reflect on how far you've come, boosting your confidence. Rewards also help keep your mind positive. If you focus on what needs to be done without giving yourself credit, you'll start to feel overwhelmed. Rewarding yourself gives your mind the break it needs to recharge and refocus. This isn't about indulgence, but balance. Rewarding yourself also builds the right habits. When you associate progress with positive reinforcement, it becomes easier to keep moving forward. The brain loves rewards, so when you tie progress to something enjoyable, it reinforces the behavior. Over time, those rewards build the habit of consistently acting toward your goals. But remember, the reward doesn't always have to be external. The greatest reward can come from within, the satisfaction of knowing you gave it your all and stayed focused. Internal rewards are just as important and will help you build resilience. Never forget to celebrate your progress. Every step forward, no matter how small, is a step closer to your goal. When you reward yourself, you're reminding yourself that you're on the right path. The more you acknowledge your progress, the more you'll achieve. And that is worth celebrating. Fuel your body, mind, workout motivation for peak performance. Your mouth is a creative weapon. It's not a tool for distributing excuses. The first sign of a loser is an excuse. Champions take full responsibility, good or bad, for their outcomes. The world, one time what you're going to, and that's it. Spend less time talking and more time grinding. Think like a champion. Speak like a champion and then walk it out. Grind 120 all day, every day. Stop making excuses. Champions make adjustments, not excuses. Every time you justify being average, you invited an enemy. Mediocrity is a dream killer. Your trainer, your teacher, your foes is not the problem. It's your consistency. You got to make a decision. How bad do you want it? Average is on the left. Success is on the right. You got to choose which one you want. A champion's work doesn't officially begin until pain arrives. You see, greatness is right on the other side of pain. So what are you running from it for? You say you want to be successful, then push through it. Stop making excuses and go get it. Very few battles are won under ideal circumstances. So you got to simulate and practice the unknown so that the unexpected will not derail you every morning. When you get up, ask yourself, how can I put myself in a place where I'll be uncomfortable? See, you have to master the unknown. You've got to master your fears. You've got to master the unexpected. So when it happens, you are prepared. Champions can push through and keep going with everyone else around. They have immersed themselves in pain so often that they have become immune to it. Greatness is on the other side of pain. Go get it. The more you expose yourself to pain, the more comfortable you will become in its presence. A champion's workout doesn't officially start until pain arrives. Everything else is just a warm up. A boxer can be the best technician in the world, but if he gets in the ring and the first time he gets hit, he falls apart, he's not going to be a champion. I tell you that. See, in life is just like that with us. We're good until we get hit in the face. But what separates champions from the rest is when they get hit, they keep coming. When you hit them a second time, they get strong. And by that third time that life hits you and you're still standing, the world will know. There's a champion in the ring. How bad do you want to be successful? Do you want it bad enough to get hit in the face? Because I tell you right now, that's what life's going to do to you. It's going to hit you when you least expect it. When you got your guard down, how will you respond? Refuse to let the world break you. Show life what a champion looks like. I'm Billy Allsbrooks, blessed and unstoppable. What kind of life do you want to live? Success is a choice. It's a decision that only you can make for you. First comes the choice, then comes the commitment. Are you willing to commit to doing what it takes to go where you want to go? A lot of people say they want to be successful, but they struggle and they stumble on that commitment part. A lot of times, the only way we will make that commitment is we have to hit rock bottom. We have to get so sick and tired of feeling the way we do before we'll ever take the action needed to crawl up out of that pit. I think you're ready. I think you're ready and you wouldn't be listening to me right now. I think you know that you have greatness on the inside of you and you just need somebody to speak over your life, and that's what I'm going to do right now. I speak greatness over you, Arise Champion. I'm speaking to somebody out there. The reason you feel so uncomfortable on the inside is because you know you're not being the best version of you that you can be. That discomfort is trying to move you from where you're at to where you belong. Your destiny is greatness. And you know this on the inside, and that voice just keeps on calling. And you're never going to have the peace until you go become who you are supposed to be. Now we're going to set this change in motion for you right now. I want you to say this with me. I want you to say this out loud. I am ready to change my life. I am willing and committed to going all in and fully committed to doing the things that it takes to become the person I was meant to be. And that starts right now. All excuses stop right now. I will not, from this point forward, point the blame at anybody else for my own destiny. I will take responsibility for who I want to be. I will get up every day and work toward that person that I know that I am on the inside. I pledge with all my actions allegiance. I will search deep down inside for a why that will allow me to run through walls with it, because I will not be denied. Champions put in place the habits and daily rituals that manufacture success. They push themselves constantly to the point of pain, and by refusing to tap out to that pain, they eventually give birth to greatness. Pain. There's no match for a real champion. The legends understand to be a winner. One must be comfortable at being uncomfortable. The dark, the unknown, the fears that stop each and every one of us must be faced and faced alone. For the more we go through the fire, the more refined we become. Those struggles, trials, and tribulations, they mold and shape us. Prepare us for the calling and events to come. We learn to perform under stress, under duress, and without hesitation. Because perfect practice consistently makes one perfect all the time. The inner standard of a champion sets them apart from the masses, the wannabes, and the uncommitted. Legends refuse to settle for mediocrity. For them, being average is the plague and totally unacceptable. Champions go all in all the time, not just on game day. When the practice is over for the team, the work for the champion just begins. They understand the process and what is required to be elite, to be great, to be the best. It requires obsession, passion, focus, and an unbelievable work ethic. Sweat becomes the friend of the one persistent. Success is available to anybody that is willing to work for it. Success can only be bought with the currency of hard work. And champions refuse to concede to anything less than leaving every ounce of themselves on the practice field. The weight room, the classroom, whatever champions do, they carry that same inner standard of greatness with them. They don't turn it on and off depending on where they're at. It is constant. They never enter an environment without it. To stand next to them is to be infected. Their commitment inspires, strengthens, and impacts everyone who comes in contact with them. They are the leaders, not by word, but by actions. They set the example for their teammates and exemplify the message. Blessed and unstoppable. They've adopted the same mindset of the ones who held up the championship trophies before them. And they continue to carry the torch so that the standard is never forgotten. Pain, defeat, and rejection are scared to come near these supermen who conquer loss with a vengeance. They fight, claw, and scratch until every second runs out, runs off the clock. Failure is not an option for them. They never quit, never concede, and never give up. Champions become phenomenal by mastering the basics day in and day out. They do the little things. Well, they take nothing for granted. They take no shortcuts. They do it the right way all day, every day, or they don't do it at all. The grades are so focused that they become immune to all distractions, and by discipline in their mind, they stay ready for the opportunity. And when that opportunity comes, they seize it with hunger. They feed on competition, chew on hard work, and drink sweat for replenishment. Only the strongest survive. This is the survival of the fittest. Most people are too comfortable with being good to ever be great. Easy is the breeding ground for complacency, and champions notice, therefore they smash all traces of it from their life. They shut the door to anyone who shows average mercy. When vision procreates with hard work, dreams become a reality, and to give up is to commit abortion on the life one could have had. Winning requires understanding every aspect that you're in the best way to. Do that is to look in the mirror. It's you versus you. How bad do you want it? Do you want to be a champion? Do you really want to be a champion? A champion in all walks of life, every area. Let your grind, your work ethic, your execution speak for you. See, champions, no, there is no all season. All season is the season. And this is the same, not just in sports, but in business, in relationships, in your spiritual life. What's up, everyone? It's your boy back again with a message that I believe has the power to change your life. Are you tired of feeling like you're just going through the motions, existing but not truly living? Do you feel a flicker of greatness within you, a spark yearning to ignite, but stifled by the shadows of fear and self-doubt? I've been there, and I know countless others are there right now, feeling trapped, unfulfilled, and yearning for something more. Well, let me tell you something. You are not alone. Inside each and every one of us lies the potential for extraordinary things, the capacity to achieve greatness beyond our wildest dreams. But too often, we allow that potential to remain dormant, buried beneath layers of insecurity, limiting beliefs, and the relentless pursuit of external validation. We chase fleeting pleasures, seeking solace in the temporary high of instant gratification, only to find ourselves empty, unfulfilled, and still yearning for something more. We become slaves to our own insecurities, trapped in a cycle of mediocrity, never truly experiencing the joy and fulfillment that comes from living a life of purpose and passion. The truth is, real fulfillment, lasting joy doesn't come from what you acquire, but from who you become. It doesn't reside in external acquisitions or the fleeting approval of others. It resides within you, in the depths of your being, in the unwavering pursuit of your purpose, in the relentless dedication to your dreams. It's about cultivating a mindset of growth, of resilience, of unwavering belief in your own potential. It's about embracing the journey, the struggles, the setbacks, knowing that they are the very experiences that shape us, that mold us, that transform us into the individuals we are destined to become. As the renowned philosopher Aristotle wisely stated, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but a habit. It's time to break free from the shackles of bad habits, to cultivate the habits of excellence, to nurture the seeds of greatness within, and to embark on a journey of self-discovery and transformation. It's time to stop merely existing and start truly living. Now, many of you have heard me say before, and I'll say it again, because it's a message that bears repeating. When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. But what ignites that burning desire, that unwavering commitment to our goals? It's the profound understanding of our why, the intrinsic motivation that propels us forward, the realization that our journey is about something greater than ourselves. So I ask you, what's your why? What gets you out of bed in the morning? What fuels your fire? What is the driving force behind your ambitions? If you can't answer these questions, it's time to do some soul searching, to delve deep within and discover the values that truly resonate with your being, the values that will serve as your compass, guiding you towards a life of purpose and fulfillment. If you find yourself questioning your path, if you're not living the life you envision, it's time to take a long, hard look in the mirror and ask yourself some tough questions. Why am I not where I want to be? What's truly holding me back? What are the self-sabotaging behaviors, the limiting beliefs, the insidious whispers of self-doubt that keep me chained to mediocrity? What needs to change? And most importantly, what am I willing to do to create the life I desire? Are you tired of attracting the wrong people into your life, replaying the same dysfunctional relationship patterns, trapped in a cycle of heartbreak and disappointment? Are you neglecting your health, sacrificing your well-being for the fleeting pleasures of instant gratification, trapped in a cycle of broken promises and fleeting bursts of motivation? Are you procrastinating on your dreams, allowing fear to paralyze you, to keep you confined within the stifling walls of your comfort zone, preventing you from taking the necessary leaps of faith to pursue your true calling? The answers to these questions, my friends, lie within you. They're not out there somewhere waiting to be discovered. They're buried within you, waiting to be unearthed. The key to unlocking your potential is not to seek external solutions, but to embark on a journey of self-discovery, to confront the root causes of your struggles, and to make the necessary changes to align your actions with your deepest values, with the vision you hold for your life. I've spent years studying successful individuals from all walks of life, from various backgrounds, with different skill sets and pursuing diverse paths. And you know what I found? They all share one common denominator: unwavering commitment to their why. A deep-seated understanding of their purpose and a relentless pursuit of their goals, fueled by an intrinsic fire that burns brightly within. They don't chase fleeting trends or seek external validation. They focus on cultivating inner strength, on building a solid foundation based on their core values, and on pursuing their passions with unwavering dedication. They understand that true success is not measured by material wealth or external accolades, but by the impact they make on the world, by the legacy they leave behind. They are driven by a force greater than themselves, a force that emanates from the depths of their being, a force that propels them forward with unstoppable momentum. These individuals aren't superhuman. They're not immune to challenges or setbacks, but what sets them apart is their ability to navigate those challenges with resilience, to learn from their mistakes, and to emerge stronger, wiser, and more determined than ever before. They don't allow their emotions to dictate their actions. They are guided by principles, by unwavering convictions that serve as a compass, directing their path, even amidst the fiercest storms of adversity. They understand that feelings are ephemeral, that emotions can be treacherous, but principles are steadfast, providing a bedrock of stability in the ever-shifting sands of life. As Viktor Frankl profoundly stated, between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. Remember the story of the young man from Detroit, raised in challenging circumstances, navigating a world that often told him he wasn't enough. He faced the same obstacles, the same systemic disadvantages that so many others face. But he refused to let his circumstances define him. He refused to accept the limitations imposed upon him by his environment. He chose to rewrite his narrative, to forge his own path, to become the architect of his own destiny. He embraced the power of his why, the burning desire to prove to himself and to the world that he was capable of achieving greatness. And he did. His story is a testament to the power of the human spirit, a testament to the transformative power of a strong why. It's a story that reminds us that our circumstances don't have to define us, that our past doesn't have to dictate our future. We all have the power within us to rise above our challenges, to break free from the limitations that hold us back, and to create a life that is both meaningful and fulfilling. So I ask you again, what's your why? What is the driving force behind your ambitions? What is the legacy you want to leave behind? Don't wait for permission, give it to yourself. Don't wait for opportunity, create it. Don't wait for someday, start today. The time is now. The power is within you. Unleash it. And never ever give up on your dreams. Outro music fades in. This version is structured more like a YouTube motivational speech, with a conversational tone, personal anecdotes, and a clear call to action. It incorporates elements of storytelling and emphasizes the importance of self-reflection and identifying one's why. It also uses shorter sentences and paragraphs, which are more suitable for spoken delivery and audience engagement. Remember to adjust the tone and delivery to match your personal style and connect authentically with your audience. I can, I will, I must unleash your inner potential. Have you ever felt that burning ember within, that yearning for something more? Welcome to Motivational, the channel dedicated to igniting that fire and empowering you to become the architect of your own extraordinary life. Today, we delve into the potent trifecta that fuels our journey towards greatness. I can, I will, I must. These words aren't just a mantra, they are the very lifeblood of our journey. They are the whispers of courage in the face of doubt, the roars of resilience against adversity, the steady drumbeat of determination pushing us forward even when our legs tremble with fatigue. They are the keys that unlock our dormant potential, the engine that propels us toward our true selves. We are living in a world saturated with noise, a cacophony of distractions vying for our attention. It's a world where instant gratification beckons at every corner, where the path of least resistance whispers sweet temptations in our ears. It's a world that can lull us into complacency, trick us into believing that fleeting pleasures are a worthy substitute for lasting fulfillment. But within each of us resides a fire, a burning ember yearning to ignite. We all possess a reservoir of untapped power, an ocean of possibilities waiting to be explored. The question is, are we willing to stoke that fire? Are we brave enough to dive into the unknown depths of our potential? The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. The construction of a towering skyscraper commences with the laying of the first brick. Similarly, the transformation of our dreams into tangible reality starts with a simple decision, a firm resolve to embrace the I can mentality. We must believe with unshakable conviction that we are capable of achieving greatness, that the seeds of extraordinary potential lie dormant within us, waiting to be nurtured and cultivated. We must discard the shackles of self-doubt, silence the inner critic that whispers negativity in our ears, and embrace the boundless possibilities that await us. Believing is only the beginning. It's the spark that ignites the engine, but it's action that propels us forward. We must move beyond the realm of thought and into the arena of doing. Our will is the bridge between intention and execution, the force that transforms our aspirations into concrete steps. It's the unwavering commitment to show up day after day, even when the road ahead seems daunting, even when motivation wanes and fatigue sets in. Imagine the alligator, powerful and ferocious, capable of felling even the king of the jungle. Yet it becomes vulnerable after a meal, lulled into a state of complacency. Let us not become like the satiated alligator, resting on our laurels after achieving a small measure of success. The world is a dynamic landscape, constantly evolving and demanding that we evolve with it. We cannot afford to become complacent, to become satisfied with the crumbs of accomplishment when a feast of possibilities awaits us. We must maintain a hunger for growth, an insatiable thirst for knowledge, an unyielding drive to push beyond our perceived limitations. What have we eaten that has made us so full? What accomplishment has quenched a thirst for more? Have we truly achieved the pinnacle of our potential? Or have we simply paused at a comfortable plateau, afraid to ascend further? Let us examine our hearts, confront our fears, and rekindle the fire that once burned so brightly within us. The journey towards our greatest selves is a continuous climb, an ongoing process of evolution and refinement. There is no finish line, no final destination. The true reward lies in the relentless pursuit of excellence, the constant striving to become a better version of ourselves. A must is the bedrock of our perseverance, the anchor that keeps us grounded when the storms of adversity rage around us. It is the unwavering voice within that reminds us why we embarked on this journey in the first place. Think of the people who depend on us, the loved ones who believe in us, the dreams that flicker like flames within our souls. You think of the mother-in-law who, facing a grim prognosis, refused to surrender. Her must wasn't just about survival, it was about witnessing her grandchildren's triumphs, about leaving a legacy of love and resilience. Her spirit reminds us that the human will is an indomitable force capable of defying even the bleakest of circumstances. When we are tempted to hit the snooze button on our dreams, let the voices of our loved ones resonate louder than our own internal resistance. Let their belief in us fuel our determination. Let their love propel us forward even when we feel like giving up. Who are we doing this for? For ourselves, yes, but also for the people who inspire us, for the generations yet to come. There will be days when fatigue whispers seductively in our ears, days when doubt clouds our vision and discouragement threatens to derail our progress. On those days, we must remember the faces of those we love, recall their unwavering belief in us, and draw strength from the depth of our commitment. We must remember that sleep is a fleeting reprieve, while the pursuit of our dreams is a legacy that will endure. We are ordinary people undertaking extraordinary feats. We are forging our own, defying expectations, and rewriting the narratives of our lives. We are a collective of dreamers united by a shared vision of a brighter future. We are the architects of our own destinies, the authors of our own stories. Let us not just exist. Let us live with purpose and intention. Let us embrace the challenges that lie ahead, knowing that they are the crucible in which our character is forged. Let us celebrate our victories, no matter how small, for they are the milestones marking our progress along the path to greatness. The next 100 days are a blank canvas upon which we can paint the masterpiece of our aspirations. Let us approach each day with renewed vigor, with unwavering determination, and with the unwavering belief that we must achieve our dreams. Let the world bear witness to the power of our collective will, to the symphony of our triumphs, to the enduring legacy of I can, I will, I must. Now, let us rise and embrace the extraordinary journey that awaits us. Habit 1, the habit of continuous learning. The world doesn't slow down, and neither can you. The truth is simple: if you're not learning, you're falling behind. Continuous learning isn't just about gathering knowledge, it's about embracing growth, seeking challenges, and turning every setback into a step forward. The growth mindset in action. Look at Elon Musk. He didn't study aerospace engineering in school, yet he built SpaceX, a company that redefined what humanity thought was possible. How? He read, studied, and asked questions. He once said, I read books, I talked to people, I asked questions. That's how I learned. Musk's insatiable curiosity and relentless pursuit of knowledge weren't hobbies, they were survival strategies. Ask yourself this: what would your life look like if you treated every problem as an opportunity to learn? Musk didn't stop at rockets. He dove into electric vehicles with Tesla, artificial intelligence with OpenAI, and more. He didn't wait for the perfect moment. He created it by learning, adapting, and applying what he knew. Active learning for real impact. Knowledge isn't power until it's applied. Bill Gates doesn't just read, he acts. Every year, Gates takes time for his Think Week, a period of intense study and reflection. He isolates himself, reads deeply, and applies insights to Microsoft, his philanthropy, and his investments. He doesn't just consume information, he transforms it into impact. Now, think about yourself. What are you doing with the knowledge you already have? Are you putting it into action, or is it gathering dust? The world doesn't reward potential, it rewards execution. Read that book. Take that course. Dive into that challenge you've been avoiding. Make learning a daily ritual, because every new skill, every piece of knowledge is a weapon in your arsenal. Actionable challenge. Tonight, commit to something. Pick a book, enroll in a course, watch a tutorial. It doesn't matter how small it feels. What matters is that you start. Growth isn't something that happens to you. It's something you choose. Choose it now. Habit 2, the habit of effective time management. Time is the only resource you can never get back. You can't buy it, borrow it, or save it. You can only use it or waste it. So what are you doing with yours? Success doesn't come to those who work the hardest. It comes to those who work the smartest. Prioritizing what truly matters. Donald Trump has built a remarkable business empire by focusing on what matters most: negotiations, strategic deals, and cultivating influential relationships. His ability to prioritize high-impact activities serves as a reminder that success often comes from concentrating on the areas where your efforts can create the greatest results. Ask yourself, what are the big moves in your life? Are you spending your days stuck in busy work, or are you focusing on what truly matters? You can't do everything, but you can do what counts. Creating a focused environment. Elon Musk runs multiple companies: Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, and more. How? He uses a hyper-disciplined schedule, breaking his day into 5-minute increments. That level of precision isn't just impressive, it's essential. Musk knows that every minute matters, so he refuses to waste even one. What distractions are robbing you of your focus? Social media? Endless emails? Noise in your environment? Eliminate them. Turn your phone off. Block out time for deep work. Structure your day with intention. Success doesn't come to those who find time, it comes to those who make time. Delegation and automation. Bill Gates built Microsoft into a global empire by focusing on innovation and letting his team handle the rest. Gates knew the power of delegation. You don't have to do it all yourself. Delegate tasks that don't require your unique expertise. Automate repetitive processes. Free your time for what only you can do. Stop trying to be a hero. Success isn't about how much you do, it's about what you achieve. And you can achieve far more when you focus on the tasks that only you can master. Actionable challenge. Yay! Look at your schedule. What can you eliminate? What can you delegate? What distractions can you cut out today? Write down your top 3 priorities for tomorrow and block out time to work on them. No interruptions, no excuses. Your time is your life. Treat it like it matters, because it does. Habit 3, the habit of building strong relationships. Success is never a solo journey. The most extraordinary achievements are built on a foundation of collaboration, mentorship, and trust. If you're not building relationships, you're building nothing. Cultivating genuine connections. Bill Gates once said his friendship with Warren Buffett taught him to focus on what truly matters. That's the power of relationships. They don't just support your goals, they shape your perspective. Gates didn't just network, he built real, meaningful connections. What about you? Are you building relationships, or are you just collecting contacts? Success isn't about the number of people you know, it's about the depth of the connections you have. Build trust, show respect. Offer value before you ask for it. Collaboration and teamwork. Elon Musk didn't build Tesla or SpaceX alone. He surrounded himself with the best engineers, scientists, and thinkers. He fostered a culture of collaboration where ideas flow freely and teams work together toward a common goal. Collaboration isn't about sharing the load, it's about amplifying your strengths with the strengths of others. Look around. Who's on your team? Are they pushing you forward or holding you back? Are you working together towards shared goals, or are you stuck in isolation? Success demands teamwork. Surround yourself with people who challenge you, inspire you, and believe in your vision. Giving and receiving support. Even Donald Trump built his business empire through partnerships, negotiations, and alliances. He understood the importance of leveraging relationships to achieve his goals. Success is not a one-way street. You have to give as much as you take. Offer help when others need it. Be generous with your time, knowledge, and resources. And when you need support, don't be afraid to ask for it. Actionable challenge. Reach out to someone today, a mentor, a colleague, a friend, thank them, offer to help them with something, start building a connection that goes beyond the surface. Success is a team sport, and every great team starts with one strong bond. Start building yours now.